Welcome back. Israel is celebrating its 75th anniversary this week. Ron DeSantis, among others, are visiting, a traditional visit for people of both parties before they run for president. With that, we bring in the Israeli ambassador to the United States. Good to see you, sir. Ambassador Herzog, we appreciate you being with us. How is the relationship now as it relates to U.S.-Israeli politics in this sense? Up until 2012, America's support of Israel was not a partisan issue. It became partisan in 2012. Have we moved on from that?
Well, first, thanks for inviting me.
Thank you.
And, I'm thrilled to be here on your first inaugural week. As relates to your question, Israel is still a bipartisan issue. It is true that there have been some erosion on the Democratic side, but all in all, I would say that we still enjoy very strong bipartisan support. As a matter of fact, as we speak, we have bipartisan delegations visiting Israel. We just had Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. We are about to have next week the Speaker, McCarthy, heading a bipartisan delegation coming to Israel. And we speak to everybody, and we do not want to become a partisan issue, but to maintain bipartisan support for Israel. And all in all, that support is still strong and solid.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that can unite Democrats and Republicans in America is our issues and worries about China. Yesterday, AFP broke that China is offering Israel and Palestine to broker peace. And I was curious if Israel plans to take them up on that, and if the White House has already talked to you about this.
Well, I don't think that China is going to broker peace between Israel and the Palestinians. It's a political initiative. I don't think in any case we are into negotiations right now. But if we do, I think we'll probably have the United States, as was the case traditionally, mediate between us. I've been part of peace negotiations with the Palestinians for over 20 years. It was always the United States, and I assume it will continue to be.
You know, speaking of peace negotiations, as you remember, I was a part of the Abraham Accords team in the last administration and worked on Middle East issues most of my career. Never thought that we would see something like the Abraham Accords with a peaceful recognition between the Gulf Arab states and Israel. How has that changed? Explain to our audience how different Israel and the Gulf is now because of those accords.
Well, I agree with you. The Abraham Accords have been a game changer in the Middle East. It's a new setting. Unlike the cold peace we've had with Egypt and Jordan, here we have a new model of a warm peace between peoples, not only governments. And since we signed just over 2 years, we've covered amazing ground. Hundreds of thousands of Israelis went to the Gulf. We signed free trade agreement with the UAE. We're about to sign with Bahrain. We have dozens of agreements. The volume of our trade with the UAE exceeded $2 billion. That's in 2 years. And there's yet to come. We're working on deepening and on expanding to additional countries in the region. I'm hopeful that we'll see the results in a not too distant future.
Regarding judicial reform, that's a big controversial issue. The president, President Biden, was critical of it, and some on the right said he went too far in his criticism. Do you agree?
So first of all, let me explain what happens in Israel. What we are having is an internal debate about the separation of power that we never had between the three branches. We are 75 years old. We're just celebrating our 75th anniversary, and there is cause for celebration. But we've never had this serious debate about separation of powers, the one you had in this country over 200 years ago. It's a fierce debate. Now, the Prime Minister decided to halt the move towards that reform and enter a broad national dialogue between opposition and coalition, which is led by our president. And I'm hopeful that this will produce a broad understanding or an outcome that most Israelis can live with. I think there is strong support in Israel for a reform. There is a strong debate about what kind of reform we need, but I'm hopeful and I'm confident, knowing our society, that we'll find ultimately the right balance.
All right. Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much. We appreciate you being here. Congratulations on the 75 years. Something worth celebrating. Democracy in the Middle East was a new concept that you all brought.
Thank you very much.
And have endured.
Yeah, I will say we're 75 years old. In 75 years, Israel has become an amazing success story with all the challenges that we face.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.